Yeah, how's it going? It's Buck, not Jim Cuddy. My name is Buck, and my channel here is Bacon Trees. And I'm an audio-visual guy, sound designer, that type of thing, musician. But for the last 20-odd years, 25 years, I've been cutting my own hair anyway. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to make a video on how I do it. So if you're like me and your hair gets all, out of control and scraggly and you want to cut your own hair, I'll show you the way I do it. It works for my type of hair. It's not going to work for everybody, but basically I've got a small set of tools. I'm going to go grab the mirror. Alright, so I use this mirror. It's like a double-sided mirror, so one is like shows my face a little thinner than the other. It is just a warp in the mirror or something like that. But I'll show you the video of me actually doing it in real time. But I hold it up behind me and I look at areas and then I feel for the area. Just take these scissors, which are, they're Cuisinart. They're like food scissors or something, small green scissors. I've been using scissors like this for years. My previous set was an actual pair of hair cutting scissors, and I got about the same results. So, anyway, so yeah, just the scissors, the mirror. What's the worst that could happen when you're in isolation? You just don't go out for another month or so. So it's gonna grow back if you make mistakes. But there's some tips that I have in the video here, which I didn't narrate as I was doing it because I was concentrating on cutting my hair. So I really gotta do something about isolation hair. I don't know what's going on here, but it's not right. So gotta do something. Pair of scissors, mirror, so I can look at the back of my head, and a brush. And then a razor for later, but that's a separate thing. I wet it all down, right? I might wash it first or wash it afterwards, but I wet it all down and I make it as long as it can go, and then I start cutting around the edge, not like a bowl head cut, be careful, you don't want a bowl head cut, but I just cut around the contour of my head, and then I start reaching for areas on my hair, and I feel where it is on the scalp. So I just keep grabbing about that same area, and I start just taking little bits off at a time here and there until they get the shape that I want for my own. Like, I've had the same haircut since the 1980s. It really hasn't changed that much. It gets longer here and there, but it's essentially the same do. Getting the back is a little tricky because you don't want to necessarily have that little weird little peak back there, so you just got to kind of reach back and feel for it. Grab your mirror, take a look in the other mirror and say, oh, there it is, right? And just grab it. Be very, very careful you don't cut your fingers. Feel it. Do this very slowly. I just saw a mistake, which is my next point. Say I took the little peak off because I missed that the first time. I thought I got it, but I didn't. This probably won't occur in one session. It takes me about 3 days in total. First day, get the bulk of it, get the shape I want. Second day, the noticeable mistakes. Third day, the small, tiny little detailing. Might not be mistakes or anything, but I might see something like this, just a little too long and out of control, and I might just clip the top of it, but I don't clip it too far yet. You gotta work at the details, and this could take days. There was one time it took me like 5 days to finish it. So the bulk of it comes off in like an hour-long session of cutting, and then I do day 2. I might even do later on that day 1. Oh, there's a major mistake, right? And then go for all the minor mistakes. It's hair. It doesn't have to be perfect. So you just got to just take your time, cut it the same way as it was before it got long. So if this helps, good. Be careful. I'm going to say that again. So I'm not taking any responsibility for anybody clipping, cutting their fingers or anything because they're not being careful. Just be careful. The best thing you could probably do is have a big mirror behind you on a slight bit of an angle so you could see it better. But I do it mostly by feel anyway, so I just need this just to make sure I'm not making any major mistakes back there. And no one's ever noticed before that I have been cutting my own hair. So anyway, that's how I do it. Cheers. Oh, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Cheers.
I got a song that you might like. It make you move, baby, make you cry. 'Cause it's a blast. We know that it's been done, but we got a song called Rain Over. Without a villain and I got no whys. I got no who, why, when, where, or what. I got no girl, no well anyway. I think I wrote it on a bad day.
It's not perfect, but what are you gonna do in isolation, right? So I think I'm fine with it. Get some mistakes around, day 2, 3, and 4. I'll find all the mistakes after that. Otherwise, could be worse.